3 things I wish I knew as a pre-med. So for those who do not know me, my name is Nicolet. I am a 4th year resident physician in physical medicine and rehabilitation. I am about to graduate residency and be a full-fledged attending physician working in the specialty of my dreams. Here are some things that I know now that I didn't know as a pre-med and totally wish that I did. You can actually get paid for your clinical hours. When I learned this, I was like, are you kidding me? I totally could have made some money while gaining clinical experience as a pre-med. So there are companies that you can get certifications online for, like, to be a pharmacy tech, a phlebotomy tech, patient care tech, whatever. And you can then go work as those things as a pre-med in undergrad, or maybe during a gap year. And I mean, some people say during med school. Personally, I didn't work at all in med school. Actually, I take that back. I did tutor. So maybe you could have time because you could just kind of like work it into your schedule, kind of like I worked in tutoring, whatever. But you can make money for your clinical hours, because if you're like working as a patient care tech or an MA or something, and you're talking to patients and taking vital signs and charting in an EMR, that is real clinical experience, and it's so much better than just standing in the corner shadowing. I struggled so hard as a pre-med to learn medical terminology, and I literally could have just used Picmonic, though I guess I don't know how big Picmonic was when I was a pre-med, but for all of you guys, Picmonic is something I used during medical school, and they have medical terminology, like a ton of videos on all the medical terminology that you need on the Picmonic platform. And so you can actually use picture mnemonics to remember these things. You guys, this is how I learned all pharmacology, all microbiology, the random things in like neurology and anatomy. And if I had this resource as a pre-med, my life would have been so much easier. I actually have a discount code for you guys, by the way, so I will put it here, but also I'll put the link in the description. Number 3 is I totally wish that I knew gap years were okay. I did not take a gap year between being a pre-med and undergrad and medical school because I thought it would look bad. I didn't think that there was any value to it. And as I've kind of gone through the process, I've met so many people that had like multiple gap years or full careers or whatever before medical school. And they just have so much life experience that they're bringing into medical school that they do better. And their mental health is better throughout that journey. You know, my husband had a couple gap years, and he like got a master's degree. He worked. He just really like solidified who he was as a person before he went to medical school. And I just think that's really valuable, right? You could even like do something like I was talking about before and like work in the healthcare field and gain some experience, but really taking that time for yourself before medical school is important, because I was very young. Like I went straight from undergrad, and sometimes I just can't help but think maybe I would have been in a better mental state if I would have had those gap years.